News Review from BBC Learning English. Hello and welcome to News Review, the programme where we give you the language from the latest news stories and teach you how to use it in your everyday English. Hi, I'm Neil. Joining me is Georgina. Hi, Georgina.
Hi, everyone.
So what's our story?
Today we've got a story about how vaping might not be as risk-free as some thought.
Okay, vaping and the potential risks. Let's hear more from this BBC Radio 2 news bulletin.
A teenage boy who almost died after using e-cigarettes has urged people not to take up vaping. Doctors say Ewan Fisher, who's 19 and from Nottingham, suffered a catastrophic reaction in his lungs that left him unable to breathe. Health officials said vaping was not risk-free, but was still better than smoking. Professor John Britton from the UK Centre for Alcohol and Tobacco Studies says it's a difficult issue.
Have you ever smoked, Neil?
I have never been a smoker, no. How about you?
But do you think you'd take up vaping?
It's not really on my list of priorities to take up vaping, to be honest.
No, but certainly more and more people are vaping, so this news story will be really interesting to them. So a young man called Ewan Fisher is quoted as urging people to not vape because he nearly died after vaping for just 5 months. In fact, he ended up on life support machine. So the advantages of vaping over smoking are a little less clear than we'd like to hear. Professor John Britton asserts if you do smoke, vaping is a better alternative, but says if you don't smoke, don't start vaping. It would be madness, he actually said.
Don't worry, Professor Britton, I'm not going to. Okay, you've been looking around at this story. You've picked out 3 words and expressions. What are they?
The first one is vaping, triggered, and at your peril.
Vaping, triggered, and at your peril. So let's have a look at that first word and your first headline, please.
The first headline is British teenager who almost died from lung failure after vaping warns others not to use e-cigarettes.
Okay, that's from the Evening Standard. Vaping, using electronic smoking devices.
Yes, so we use this to talk about the activity of vaping, of similar to smoking your e-cigarette, but you're not actually smoking.
Because there's no smoke.
No smoke whatsoever. There is vapor, and that's made in the e-cigarette. So liquid is turned to vapor, and that's what you're actually smoking.
Okay.
In fact, the word was created because we didn't have a word to describe this activity, because it's a new thing, relatively new.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until 2014 it became Word of the Year in Oxford Dictionary. So it's very, very new.
Okay, so vaping is the activity, as smoking is the activity.
Yes.
The verb is to smoke. What's the verb with vaping?
To vape.
Wow.
And it is very regular as well. Like smoke, it's smoke is smoked. Vape is vape, vaped, vaped.
Okay.
Only 1 P. That's important to remember.
Otherwise it would be vapped.
Which would not be correct. No.
Okay, so I can ask you using a perfect tense. Have you ever vaped?
No, I have never vaped. I am not a vapor, which is the noun of the person that we call somebody who vapes.
Just like a smoker, a vapor.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I think that's all we need to know about vaping.
Yeah.
Let's move on now to our second headline.
So our second headline is from The Sun. It is Vape Alert. Teenage boy 16 nearly died after vaping, triggered catastrophic lung damage in just 5 months. So quite interestingly, in the other articles, it says 19, so we're not quite sure of the exact age.
Okay, so triggered, meaning caused something to happen.
Exactly. So the verb, it's spelled T-R-I-G-G-E-R-E-D, and it comes from the verb to trigger.
Yes. Now, I know what a trigger is. It's on a gun. You pull the trigger and the bullet comes out.
Yes, so the trigger causes the bullet to fly out of the gun or to come out of the gun. And this is what is happening in this meaning as well. So it is a trigger. It is the cause of something to happen.
Okay.
So in this case, vaping caused Ewan to become very, very sick. And that's why he's warning other people not to do it.
So it triggered his illness.
It triggered his illness, and it's used most often in a negative context.
Okay.
For example, the excessive rainfall triggered flooding.
Okay, flooding being bad.
Being bad, yeah, too much water. Or the heat wave triggered forest fires.
Forest fires being bad.
Yes, exactly.
So we don't use it with a positive. So I couldn't say, for example, I went to this comedy night and the guy told this joke and it triggered loads of laughter.
You could, but that would be very strange.
Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe if I said he told a really offensive joke and it triggered a walkout.
Yeah, no, that is much better way to use it, because it's something that is negative and it's quite serious as well. It's not used in kind of frivolous, funny kind of contexts.
Let's now look at our final headline, please.
Our final headline is from The Telegraph. It says, "Vape at your peril. Doctors warn as they reveal teenage boy contracted life-threatening condition."
At your peril, at your own risk.
Yes.
Now that word peril, it means danger, doesn't it?
Yeah, not just a little bit of danger, a lot of danger, like danger of your losing your life or